Shalom, shalom, and welcome to Just the Word Shorts. Once again, we are going to be looking today at the curse of adding drunkenness to thirst. It might sound like a trivial topic, but we have to understand that if we add drunkenness to thirst, we will be destroyed. And we are going to see how easy it is to add drunkenness to thirst, and that many are under this deception. Unless you understand it, then you might be caught up. All right, so watch this video to find out more. Figurative drunkenness. And it makes us walk blindly, believing wrong to be right. Deuteronomy 29:18. When we are in drunkenness spiritually, we are going to walk blindly, believing wrong to be right. And this is very common sense. Because the Most High says he will let you walk in your own heart's lust and walk in your own counsels. Let's see an example of that. Deuteronomy 28, start at verse 18.
Cursed shall be the fruit of...
No, Deuteronomy 28, verse 18, sorry. 29, verse 18.
Oh.
Man. What's wrong with you? 29:18.
Lest there should be among you man, or woman, or family, or tribe, whose heart turneth away this day from Yahuwah our Eluah, to go and serve the gods of these nations, lest there should be among you a root that beareth gall and wormwood.
So we are in unrighteousness, right? But we are going to deceive ourselves that we are in righteousness. This is the whole principle of this. This is drunkenness. Being in unrighteousness and thinking we are in righteousness. Continue, verse 19.
And it come to pass, when he heareth the words of this curse, that he bless himself in his heart, saying, I shall have peace, though I walk in the imagination of mine heart.
To do what?
To add drunkenness to thirst.
To add what? Drunkenness to thirst. So the thirst was that the Most High had separated himself from them for going after the gods. The drunkenness is believing that they are good. They are okay. Though they walk in the imagination of their heart. So when you tell people today that they're following false doctrines, they don't listen to you. They don't, because they are what? In drunkenness, blindness, adding drunkenness to thirst. So this is why when people are in false religion, every day we get up and we talk about the false religions of Christianity and Hebrew Israelite. Every day we get up and people will hear that and they will come, no, listen, that, and why are you saying this? And don't. False religions. But they are blessing themselves, saying that they are good. I shall have peace. The Christians say we will be raptured away. The Hebrew Israelite says they are going into the kingdom, though they are in unrighteousness, adding drunkenness to thirst. So this lack of self-control will let us add drunkenness to thirst. Verse 20. What is the judgment? What is the judgment for adding drunkenness to thirst? For doing that which we just spoke about. Being in Christianity, in the false religion, refusing to hear and continuing in that mold. What is the judgment? Verse 20 of Deuteronomy 29.
Yahuwah will not spare him.
Yahuwah will not
spare him.
But what?
But then the anger of Yahuwah and his jealousy shall smoke against that man.
Oh boy.
And all the curses that are written in this book shall lie upon him. And Yahuwah shall blot out his name from under heaven.
You see how this drunkenness thing here serious? You see how this drunkenness thing serious, people? Yahuwah will not spare him, but blot out his name from under Shemahim. Verse 21.
And Yahuwah shall separate him unto evil out of all the tribes of Yasharal, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law.
I want you to remember today by the seaside, those people there. This is speaking about them. They're blessing themselves, saying that Yahuwah is with them. To add drunkenness to thirst. He says Yahuwah's anger will be upon them. This is what made me remember. Yahuwah shall separate him. When he said it will be put in two different.
Yes.
Out of all the tribes of Yasharal, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law. This is why the curses are so prevalent in South Africa. The people are going after the worship of familiar spirits and mixing it with the worship of the Most High. This year we're living this in South Africa right here. And that is why the curses are so heavy. And you have the white people prospering and our people here are not. Relative to the population. Of course you have people here prosper. But relative to the population, they are not. Yeah? Now remember, and let us not forget, the Most High gave us Babylon as a tool to make the earth drunken. Jeremiah 51:7. We must understand that we are brought up in Babylon. And we are brought up to be in drunkenness. Jeremiah 51:7.
Babylon hath been a golden cup in Yahuwah's hand, that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad.
Therefore the nations are what?
Mad.
So the nations have drunken of her wine. So by default, we are in drunkenness. So born in sin and shaped in iniquity, born in drunkenness and shaped by wine of Babylon. Same thing. So the wine of Babylon is what has shaped us. This is why we need Hamashiach. And this is why when we receive Hamashiach, we have to do what? Go back to the old path, which is the good way, and you will find rest for your souls. We cannot be in the drunkenness of Babylon and then say we have Hamashiach and continue in Babylon. It doesn't make any sense. Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahuwah's hand. So all this drunkenness that we're talking about, this drunkenness is by default given to us in Babylon. So anything we receive from Babylon is drunkenness. So all nations are drunken with the wine of Babylon. Revelation 18 verse 3.
For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Okay. All nations have drunk of this wine of Babylon. Continue.
And the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
No, the drunkenness of Babylon has less to do with physical wine and more to do with material things. That's on the physical side. And more to do on false religion on the spiritual side. In Revelation 17, it tells us about the false religion of Babylon, the woman, the whore of Babylon. This whore, let me go and look at Revelation 17. I didn't plan to go there, but this whore, let me get the Bible. Oh, yes. The whore of Babylon, Revelation 17. This woman is what is used to make the earth drunken. Verse 1.
And there came one of the 7 angels, which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
The great prostitute that sits in many countries, upon many waters. Christianity, the number one religion in the world, that sitteth upon many waters. Verse 2.
With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth
have been made drunk with the wine of her idolatry, of her fornication. The kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The kings are the leaders of the earth, most leaders of the earth. They are either Christians or Islam. Islam is an offshoot of Christianity, people. Yes? And also, Judaism is closely related. All of them, these religions are the religions of Babylon. Now, the kings of the earth have committed fornication because the kings of the earth are given their control to these religions. Which is why the kings of the earth, the different nations of the earth, have their religious organizations that control the religion. 501c3 in America. Jamaica Council of Churches. I don't know much about other countries, but I know that they are controlled by the state. So the state controls these religions because it controls the minds of the people and keep them subservient to the people. The Muslim nations, you'll hear that this country is Muslim and the leader is Muslim. They control and commit fornication and drunkenness through these religions. Verse 3.
So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones, and pearls,
Roman Catholics.
having a golden cup in her hand, full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication.
Catholicism.
And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth.
So this whore is the mother of all prostitutes. All of the false religions, Roman Catholicism is the mother. Notice what it says. The inhabitants of the earth have been drunk with the wine of her fornication or the wine of her idolatry. It is this woman that has made the earth drunken. Babylon. All right, let's go back. Where are we? Yeah. So we are brought into this drunkenness because of disobedience and unrighteousness. Ezekiel 23, verse 28 to 35. The children of Yasharal, we, us. This was not how our fathers were born. When our fathers were separated, were set apart in Yasharal, they were walking according to the ways of Yahuwah. And it was the nations that are always drunken with their fornication and idolatry. But because of our disobedience, the Most High allowed us to be brought into this fornication. Let's go to Ezekiel 20. That is when we are brought into captivity, and he told us that we will serve other gods, which we nor our fathers did know, gods of wood and stone. Verse 28. Read, please.
For thus saith Yahuwah Eluah, Behold, I will deliver thee into the hand of them whom thou hatest, into the hand of them from whom thy mind is alienated. And they shall deal with thee hatefully, and shall take away all thy labor.
Slavery.
And shall leave thee naked and bare.
Leave thee what? Naked and bare, sinful. So coming out of our slavery and us at this time, we are naked and bare. This is why we have to go back to Yahuwah through Yahusha HaMashiach and go deeply into seeking out Yahuwah. Continue.
And the nakedness of thy whoredoms shall be discovered, both thy lewdness and thy whoredoms.
So the nakedness of our whoredoms, our idolatry, will be obvious. Verse 30.
I will do these things unto thee, because thou hast gone a whoring after the heathen, and because thou art polluted with their idols.
So when we come out of her, we have to reject the way of the heathen. We have to be set apart, as we looked at last week, and reject the ways of the heathen. In every single way, we have to reject their ways. Verse 31.
Thou hast walked in the way of thy sister, therefore will I give her cup into thine hand.
That cup of what? Drunkenness. That's Judah that he's talking about, that walked after the ways of the house of Yasharal. Verse 32.
Thus saith Yahuwah Elohah, Thou shalt drink of thy sister's cup deep and large. Thou shalt be laughed to scorn, and had in derision. It containeth much.
And what has happened to us? People ridicule us and rebuke us, laugh at us because of how worthless we are. They call us worthless and we are this and we are that. That's because of what the Most High has left us in, because of the sins of our fathers. We are the most idolatrous. We are the most unprofitable. We are the poorest. We are the ones who, there is nobody who struggle like us with unity. We cannot unite. We cannot come together. We don't love one another. We kill everything that is bad. That's because of the cup of drunkenness that we have been given. Verse 33.
Thou shalt be filled with drunkenness and sorrow, with the cup of astonishment and desolation, with the cup of thy sister Samaria. Thou shalt even drink it and suck it out, and thou shalt break the shreds thereof, and pluck off thine own breasts, for I have spoken it, saith Yahuwah Elohah.
So the worst case of drunkenness the Most High has put on us. Verse 35.
Therefore thus saith Yahuwah Elohah, because thou hast forgotten me, and cast me behind thy back, therefore bear thou also thy lewdness and thy whoredoms.
So when we come back to the Most High, he says, because thou hast forgotten me and cast me behind thy back. Now when we come back to the Most High, we have to put him before us, at the forefront. We cast him behind our back the first time. Now when we return to him, we have to put him at the forefront. That is why it says, and ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. So with all your heart, you have to be pursuing him. So whatever it says we will do, we have to do. We have to return him. Is it in the Apocrypha? It says, we have left Yahuwah, now we return to him. We must seek him what? 10 times more. 10 times more. So, my people, beware of drunkenness. Go back to the Testament of Judah, page 36. Page 36, 16, 1 to 3. Those 3 verses. Page 36. What is it? Where did I say 1 to 3? Oh, 16, 1 to 3. Take care to be temperate.
Take care to be temperate with wine, my children, for there are in it 4 evil ruachot: desire, heated passion, debauchery, and sordid greed.
All right. So when we are in the drunkenness of Babylon, the drunkenness of false religion, it's going to give us desire. Why do you think Christianity thrives on prosperity doctrine? Think about it. Why do you think Christianity thrives on a sex? X. You hear about what happens between the Christian pastors. How many times have you heard Christian pastors involved in these things? Yeah. And debauchery. And this, of course, is all Hebrew Israelites as well. The Hebrew Israelites' heated passion and debauchery and sordid greed is masked in what they call the polygyny. They have heated passion, sexual passion, and debauchery. They just want to just flaunt. So they come up and say, polygyny. It is okay for man to have multiple wives. They disregard everything that, not all things that are lawful are expedient for us in this new covenant. Yet still, it is this: desire, heated passion, debauchery, and sordid greed. If any of these things are in us, people, you know that you're in false religion. But sometimes we cannot know because it is masked. It is masked by false doctrines. Yeah? Verse 2.
If you drink wine in merriment, showing due respect for the reverence of Elohim, you shall live. But if you drink without
Without restraint,
and the reverence of Elohim departs, the result is drunkenness, and shamelessness sneaks in.
you see, lack of self-control. If you drink wine in merriment, showing respect for the reverence of Allah, that is self-control. You shall live. But if you drink it without restraint, that means without what? Self-control. And the reverence of Elohim departs, the result is what? Drunkenness and shamelessness sneaks in. That means sin. Shamelessness is when you do things without caring. That's sin. Verse 3.
But if you wish to live prudently, abstain completely from drinking, in order that you might not sin by uttering lewd words, by fighting, by slander, by transgressing Elohim's commandments. Then you shall not die before your allotted time.
You see that thing? You can die before your allotted time. The Most High can give you a time. But what? The wages of sin is what? So because you choose sin, you have an allotted time, and because we choose sin, sin speeds up our death. So we die before the time. So everybody said, boy, you don't die before the time. This is telling you that you die before the time. You can die before your time. What a life this is. What do you think about it? No. It's a life that we can actually have some form of control over by our decision making. So the foolish people just live, oh, you have one life to live, so let's live it. And they go into all sorts of sin. Huh? That's drunkenness. And they go into all sorts of sin, and when they die, the people say, oh, he lived his best life. No, you died before the time allotted to you. Read 3 again, please.
But if you wish to live prudently, abstain completely from drinking, in order that you might not sin by uttering lewd words, by fighting, by slander, by transgressing Elohim's commandments. Then you shall not die before your allotted time.
And people, we are telling you this. When you hear we talk about drunkenness and Babylon, we are talking about you now, wherever you are in Babylon. Yes? Abstain from drinking. That means do what? Come out of her, my people. Because when you are in Babylon, you cannot abstain from drinking, because Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahuwah's hand to make the earth drunken. The earth has become drunken, therefore the earth is mad. So you're going to be mad, which means that you're drunken and you're not even coherent as long as you remain in Babylon. There's a reason the Most High tells you to come out of her. Because Babylon will not stop being a golden cup in Yahuwah's hand until it is destroyed. So as long as you're in there, Babylon is a golden cup in Yahuwah's hand to make you drunk. So if you want to come out of the drunkenness, read verse 3 again. If you wish to live prudently, abstain completely from drinking. Come out of Babylon. Come out of her, my people.